Hey there, Jim Gavigan, Industrial Insight. You're probably wondering, why is the guy who does Fishing Friday out on the golf course today, and what in the world does that have to do with industrial data? Well, stick around and you'll find out. Alright, so probably most of you don't know, but I've actually been playing golf since I was 11 years old. I'm actually in my 39th year right now. That tells you I'm about to be 50 years old. And really since about the age of 16, I've been shooting somewhere in the 70s on average. So I've been able to be pretty proficient at it for a pretty good while. And there's some lessons that I've learned and I'm learning right now that actually are very parallel to the things I'm teaching at Industrial Insight. So let me go through those. So I took a 2-year layoff as I was starting to build Industrial Insight. I needed to take some time to just make sure that I built our business and was fiscally responsible and responsible with my time. Okay, so since I've come back, there's 4 main fundamentals that I've been working on, and really they're ones that I go back to even if I'm playing a lot. And that is grip, posture, alignment, and ball position. Those are the 4 main things I have to do well in order to actually play this game well. I have a good chance of hitting a good shot if I do those 4 things well every shot. If I don't do any one of them well, I have a really tough time executing a good shot. I might, but my chances have immediately gone down. So let's talk a little bit about it just to kind of set the stage. So with grip, I'm looking for the thumb and forefinger, the little V that it makes. I want both V's for both hands to be pointed at my right shoulder. I've been doing okay with that one. That one's pretty natural. Posture. So what I want to do is a little flex in the knees. Okay, let me get up here where you can probably see a little better. A little flex in the knees, kind of bend from the hip, okay, and then just drop my arms. And then that way I'm in an athletic position to hit a golf ball. Now, I see a lot of amateurs, they get way out here, or they get in here and they're real stiff. You really don't want to do that. You just want to be in a nice athletic position. Okay, alignment. You see this little yellow thing, you probably saw it as I hit that first shot. This is called an alignment stick. So what I do is I line up one with my target, then I grab another one and I line it up parallel left to that. And then that way I know I'm going to set my feet, my shoulders, my hips, everything parallel to the target. And I've really struggled with this one. I've been lining up way left and it's caused me to do some funny things with my golf swing. So that's something I've been working really, really hard on. And then other times what I'll do to work on ball position is I'll actually put one of the alignment sticks down and I'll put another one down perpendicular to it. And then that way I can check the ball position as it relates to my feet, because you don't have the same ball position with every single golf club. So anyway, those are the 4 fundamentals that I happen to work on. And I think if you watch the pros on TV, you watch them warm up, you're going to see them working on a lot of the same things just to make sure that they're nailing the basic. As you can imagine, I've played with a lot of people over my career. I've played with a lot of people who don't play very proficiently. And what I'll see is that they have no problem going out and buying that $700 new driver.
Hey, shh, got a secret to tell you. I'm getting this new driver, and it's got an AI designed face. Yeah, this club was designed with AI. Think about it. AI. Designed in a golf club. Man, I'm gonna be hitting it past all my buddies. I'm gonna be taking all their money. I'm gonna be hitting it like DeChambeau. Pow! Woo! 320 yards, right down the middle. Yeah, never mind, I've never hit it over 250. Downhill, downwind, concrete fairway. Doesn't matter. 320, every shot. It's gonna fix everything. It's gonna fix all my swing flaws. Yeah, AI. Think about it, AI. Woo!
And they think they can buy their way out of the bad fundamentals that they're in. I'll see them with poor posture. They'll line up way right or way left. They'll have very bad ball position. And their grips like really bad, like really under the club, or it's really what we call a weak position. It's too far toward their left shoulder. And there's just no way that they're going to be able to deliver that club to the golf ball. But they think that that equipment is going to be their savior.
Oh, and one last thing. Gotta be quiet here. This driver's gonna cost like $700. It's got a $300 aftermarket shaft called the Tensei Blue. You know why I picked Tensei? Because it sounds a lot like the word sensei. Yeah, I like that word. Sensei. AI. Oh, yeah. And I like blue. It's my favorite color. Driver's gonna be $700.
Man, are you done yet?
But it's gonna fix everything. Shh, don't tell my wife.
So often what I will tell them is, why don't you spend, instead of spending $700 on that driver, why don't you take $300 of it and go work with a professional on some of the major flaws that you have. I won't tell them they have major flaws, but work on those things that you're struggling with. Yeah, I got AI. You don't. Woo! Yeah. And more times than not, I'm met with two different responses. The first one is, well, gee, Jim, I just don't have time to go work on that stuff. I barely get time to go play, so I'm just gonna buy my way to a better game, okay? Be that as it may, I think that's a pretty bad strategy because they don't wanna take the time to actually work on something to improve at a game that they really like to play. They're gonna go spend several $100s a month playing, thousands of dollars, within a few years on equipment, but yet they don't want to get better at the game itself. The other thing is, I really think people are like, that's just not sexy enough. Like, why do I want to go spend money on that? That's just hard. Like, I'm going to have to change my swing and I'm going to have to spend time, and man, I just don't want to go do that. So here's where the parallel comes in. So you've heard me preaching about data quality and data fidelity. You hear me talk with Paul Sciaramato of Pattern Discovery about that very topic. And one of the things that you will really hear me drill on, into everybody is you have to get data quality right. But what I'm seeing is that people are wanting to not worry about that right now. What we want to do is, let's go do AI. Let's go do machine learning. Let's go do all these advanced analytics and business intelligence and all that. And they're putting that on top of crappy data. And here's what's going to happen. You're going to look a lot like this guy.
All right, I'm here by myself. I'm trying out my new AI driver with the Tensei Blue shaft. Except it's black. What's up with that? Tensei Blue, black, what? Anyway. 320, DeChambeau. What? You gotta be kidding me. I'm supposed to hit this 320, that went like 100 yards. Man, this club's trash. So what's going to happen is you're going to have this disillusionment where you're going to say, this stuff just doesn't work. And you've probably heard me talk about, AI, machine learning, and maybe even a little bit in some, what you might think is a negative light. I don't believe that at all. What I believe is that if we get focused at the right quality problem with good, solid, high fidelity data, or data that is solid at the interval that we need to solve the problem, and we go after very specific problems, then that is a very good use of technology. The problem is people, just like in the golf game, what they want to do is buy their way out of bad fundamentals. And bad fundamentals in the data field means having poor quality data. And people just want to buy their way out of it. Well, never mind, we'll just go, throw some data scientists at it, they'll clean the data, we'll do what we need to do. And then the results don't come. So I think really what you need to focus on as a customer, as someone who is using data, is let's get the data fidelity, the data quality as good as we can. Let's get that fundamental. That's the grip, posture, alignment, ball position. Then
there's things in the swing, right, that we come out here and work on. You know, like we may work on swing plane where we don't want to be too flat, we don't want to be too upright. You know, maybe we get real flat and kind of throw it and cast it. You know, maybe we don't have a good weight shift back and forth. You know, maybe we kind of stay on the left leg and then fall back. Those are things like, if I were to equate that in the data field, that's, you know, let's do it with the pie system. And so now I have an audience of geese. Looks like, you know, if nobody watches this video, at least I have some geese that'll watch me. Anyway, those kind of things in the swing, if you're let's say you're a pie customer, who most of our customers right now are, that's like doing the asset framework, the analytics, the event frames, you know, doing all those things to get the data prepped up for the advanced analytics and the BI stuff that we like to work on, right? And we think it's going to provide great value down the road. If you don't do the grip, posture, alignment, ball position, okay, then all those swing things are not going to work well. It doesn't matter. If you don't get your data quality right, doing all those analytics and the event frames aren't going to matter, because you have crappy data, so therefore you have crappy analytics, crappy event frames, and you're just going to get confused. So really, it's a matter of layering things together, right? And then the way I look at equipment, and if you want to go buy the $700 driver, well, work on the fundamentals, you know, work on that grip, posture, alignment, ball position, work on swing plane and proper weight shift and all those kind of things, you know, with someone who knows. And then what you can do is then when you get that $700 driver, then you can actually put it to great use instead of just trying to buy a fix to a swing. So hopefully that helps. It gives you a little bit of perspective, and hopefully you see the parallels. I really cannot stress this enough. In the industry today, if we are going to fully leverage all this great technology that's coming and it's here, we have to get our data quality right. So hopefully this gives you a good illustration as to why.